How can you change your habits? Is that so easy? So let me talk about my addiction of drinking tea every day, actually 5 to 6 times a day. And this was I was before and after I broke free of my addiction of drinking tea. This may be an exaggerated one, may not be when you understand my background. You see, my family believes that if human race has to survive, it needs three things: food, oxygen, and drinking tea. और मैं कौन हूँ? वो जी अपनी फैमिली का होनहार पुत्र. So you see, this is in my genes. My cells are striving for self-actualization by longing for tea. और कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ये ख्याल आता है, बदलूंगा मैं अभी क्या, मानू तो क्या मानू मैं. Forcing myself to deprive me of tea cravings. Understanding that tea is not good for my body didn't help me to stop my tea habit. Tea fasting for 2 days a week, though I felt better for 2 days, but other days I used to drink even more to compensate my tea fasting. And my ecosystem, my friends, my family, which tells me, अरे यार, जब whole India runs on chai, तो तू कहाँ से आया भाई? And when all of this khichdi didn't work for me, then I'm like, क्या मैं हूँ जैसा बस वैसा रहूँगा. And then I understood the process from this book. I took some ingredients from the book and then designed my own solution for my own problem I was facing. And I was clear that I got to deal with consciously as well as subconsciously. Now, just like a satellite, you just need initial enablement to be placed in the right orbit. And once you are in, my friend, you are integrating a new habit. So, three enabling steps: two steps for conscious alignment, and the third step for subconscious alignment. Now, you can only control what you are aware of. You cannot control what you are not aware of. So, first step is to bring awareness to yourself about your trigger response system. We need to be aware about the trigger before we have a response of drinking tea. Now, what are some of the triggers? After lunch, I feels like drinking tea. Around 5 p.m., I feel like drinking tea. If I'm out there to meet friends with my, ecosystem, and then I feel like drinking tea. So be aware about your trigger response system for a particular habit you would like to change. Step number two, adopt an alternative response. Try changing the response which is a feasible one, a similar one which is not harmful for you, something like a green tea. So normal tea creates a lot of gas and acidity in me, and green tea is fine. I've experimented it. So here's a little bit of a push required to follow an alternative, and let it be once in a while to start with. And step number three, the most important step, if you don't do it, you'll not be able to sustain changing your habit. And this step is subconscious alignment. So before you go to the bed by the end of the day, ask yourself that how did you fare about that habit? Have some conversation with yourself and say an empowering affirmation like, I commit to be free from my addiction. And then just surrender without any pressure following an alternative. Let it happen on its own. It took me more than a month to follow my alternative consistently. So there will be a time when you realize that you have arrived in the right orbit without any gravitational pull. It will take some time. And you might want to go back once in a while to your old habit, but that would be in complete awareness. That's going to be fresh you, new you, and free from.
मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ मैं ऐसा 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 ही हूँ
Don't forget to order your copy of this amazing book. This is Jatinder's prescription. The link is in the description.